What's up, my YouTubers, and welcome back. And today's topic is all things pregnancy related or baby related, or stuff like that. I apologize for the glare right over here. I could block it with my head, but that would look really awkward if I sit like this. But on my end, when I'm looking at the camera, I have my notepad right here, so I can remember what the topics I'm talking about. So let's see, actually, there, that works. All right, so like I said, I'm going to record this video right after I just, made my vlog video for today because it is still Monday, June 2nd. So let's dive right into it. Okay, first thing, this pregnancy is a huge surprise, obviously. So if you don't know, I was in prison for a year, got out November 1st, and somehow we must have gotten pregnant right away because when you're in prison, you are not on anything. And I only found out I was pregnant because um, there's two ways I found out I was pregnant. First was Jim kind of knew before I did. Um, my medication, the side effects of my medication, I thought were okay. My pregnancy symptoms, I thought were the side effects of my medication, like the nausea, the tiredness, the weirdness, and everything else. You want to shape some, honey? Okay. So I didn't think about it, and then one day I was going to drink coffee, and I picked something. I'm here. I was gonna drink coffee, and just the smell of coffee made me so nauseous. I got. You want the van or the bus? Okay. But oh, by the way, if you hear anything in the background, I do not have rights to the TV show at all. I apologize because I know YouTube has a thing about copyrights, so I apologize. I do not own rights to anything that you guys hear in the background on the TV. Um, but I'm not going to turn it down, and I'm not going to go in the other room just to make a vlog. So I apologize to YouTube for copyright issues, but I just want to put that out there. I do not own rights to that. High five. So, fist bump. High five. You want to say hi? That's Millie. But yeah, so I wanted to have coffee. The smell of coffee made me nauseous, and I got up and I threw up in the sink. That's when Jim thought about it. I didn't think about it because I had just came home from prison. I, was getting used to a routine. My anxiety was up. Even though I was on meds, it was just I was trying to get used to a routine. I was excited to have like electronics back to where I could catch up on my YouTube shows and all this other stuff. But when I went to the doctor to give them the depot shot, they always do a pee test, obviously. Couldn't get on the depot shot. They told us we were pregnant. So I was like, okay. We were both shocked, and okay, I say we were both pregnant in like a disappointed way. It was more of a shocked, happy way because we just didn't expect it. Why we didn't expect it when you're not using birth control or condoms, you know, duh. But I don't know. My cycle in prison was never a thing. So I didn't think about it, to be honest. And when you're on the depot shot for so long, what? No, you don't want to watch this? Okay. When you're on the depot shot for so long, it can cause irregularities throughout life. And I know there's like a lawsuit going on with the depot shot. Um, I don't have any of those symptoms, or at least I don't have any of those symptoms now. But I've been on the double shot off and on since I was 18. So, and I'm 40 now. And then I went off the double shot was I was 39 when I went off of it. So, or 38. Um, anyways, so yeah, we found out we were pregnant in January, and we found out the gender, which I'm still not going to tell anybody. There's very few people who know the gender of our baby. We do know that the baby's due between like August 19th, August 22nd, sometime around that week. But the baby could come early because I've had, a stillborn, Cora, my rainbow baby slash baby that was killed was early. And then the triplets, obviously, were going to be early. So this baby could come early. I don't know. That's one of the side effects of the medication is that the baby could come early. Are we prepared? Yes and no. Um, we'll say that we're as prepared as we can be. We have obviously a lot of baby clothes left over from their, when they were babies. We may not have, I did find some infant clothes from when they were babies, both boy and girl clothes, that we were saving for, whatever. So anything that we need, we can always get, but we have things, at least saved that we saved. So we're prepared. We do have another crib. Um, I'm hoping that if I dismantle and take out all the screws out of this crib, they might fit that one. If not, I think I have the screws for that crib. If not, worst case scenario, we'll end up buying a new crib. That's not a problem. We'll probably end up buying a bassinet, or finding a bassinet on Marketplace or something for cheap, because the baby's not going to be big for a few months. So we have to transition Trenton faster, but hopefully when grandma moves out of their room and we fix up their room, we can figure out how to transition them. Cravings. So cravings at the very beginning. All I wanted at the very, very beginning was pickles. I mean, everything pickle. I didn't want pickles and ice cream because that was just so gross. I did try pickles and peanut butter. It was weird. Not a fan. It was weird. Would I eat it again? I mean, it wasn't bad. It was weird. Mayonnaise and peanut butter. That was weird. The first time I tried that was in prison, but I tried it in my pregnancy. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I liked it better than the pickles and peanut butter. But pickles and ice cream thing, still, I do not understand that at all. But yeah, I wanted like everything, like pickle. There was pickle, spicy pickle goldfish. I was eating those like crazy. I would pour pickle juice in my potato chips. I mean, it was crazy. I wanted pickles all of the time, which I know pickles are vinegar, so that's a lack of some type of vitamin that you are craving. So once I got over the pickle thing, then I did start eating ice cream, which is weird. I'm not a big, huge ice cream like lover, but I have noticed I want ice cream a little bit more in this pregnancy than ice. I didn't crave ice. I craved the crunch of ice. Because I know if you crave ice, it's anemia. But what else did I crave? I didn't really have the normal pregnancy cravings like I had in my other pregnancies, like the beef jerky and Pop Tarts. I did for a tiny bit. Pop Tarts were a big thing, especially the s'mores Pop Tarts. And then I found this banana bread Pop Tarts. Those were really good. But pop, Coke. Okay, I know you're not supposed to drink caffeine in pregnancy. Everybody's different. Some doctors say don't drink caffeine. Honestly, it's up to you. If you drink caffeine, use it sparingly. Use your own best judgment, okay? And don't come at me in the comments. It's not like I'm drinking Cokes all day long. I do drink a lot of water. And my newest favorite thing in the entire world are these bubbly, the brand Bubbly or Waterloo has sparkling waters. Those are like my new current like favorite obsession. So yeah, I've been drinking a lot of those. I think it's the bubbles that I like. Um, I don't know, but I will have like a Coke or a root beer, like once, maybe twice a day if I really need it. Coffee, I like cold coffee. I don't know why I started drinking cold coffee. It's like I can't even drink it hot anymore. It's so annoying. I can't drink it hot anymore. But I think that started because of the cold brews. And I will have one, maybe 2 cups. I haven't had any this morning yet. But it was really hard to go from not eating breakfast at all or very, very rarely, because when I get up, I'm not hungry in the morning, to having to eat in the morning, because you have to eat when you're pregnant to supply the nutrients. And then if I didn't eat, being pregnant on top of my medications, I would get massively nauseous. I mean, like massively nauseous. So I have to eat breakfast. Now that I'm in my third trimester, I'm back to normal, where I'm not really hungry. And it's also annoying because like being ADHD and taking care of triplets, I get to busy doing certain things that I will literally forget to eat. I will literally forget to eat until I am so nauseous. And then I'm like, oh, I need like a snack or something. So I am very bad at, keeping up with that. Um, my first trimester wasn't as bad. I was nauseous, but not ungodly nauseous. It was just more of that, like, annoying, normal tiredness. I was so tired in my first trimester. Oh my God. I felt like I was on, like, sleeping meds. I felt zombied out because I was so tired. And it wasn't my medication. It was the hormones in my body taking care of triplets. Um, but once I got into a routine, I was good. I was good to go. And then I was waiting for that second trimester energy to kick in. Finally, when it did, it was like, I think 2 or 3 weeks into my third or second trimester where my hormones finally, yeah, the energy spurt. So that's why I had talked in my vlogs about doing a lot of yard work, because I had that energy spurt and I knew it wasn't going to last forever. So I did as much as I possibly could while I had the energy to do it outside. No, I didn't. I knew you have a tag. Oh, okay. You can watch shapes. Anyways, so let me find shapes for this little man here. He loves his shapes. There you go, shapes. But yeah, so and then the third trimester kind of snuck up really, really early. And since I just, which one, honey? This one? Which one? Point. That one? Okay, I'll get that one. There you go. Um, But yeah, the third trimester stuck up really, really early. And in my vlog that I was recording earlier before this one, with the anxiety, like I said, with my mom's tiny home, the baby due in August, my daughter gonna move in, me getting custody of her, everything else that was going on with the septic tank, and I was just so overwhelmed. I mean, the medication is helping immensely. Um, I am doing a lot better. There are times where I do get massively overwhelmed and irritated, and I will start arguing or fighting or bickering with Jim or my mom. It's just, it happens, and it's so unnecessary, but I'm doing a lot better. And sometimes when I have a minor argument with Jim over something so stupid that I take out of, context or whatever, I do start to cry hysterically because obviously hormones. But yeah, sleep. So sleep, obviously, my first trimester couldn't really sleep that well. It was just my hormones were getting used to being pregnant again, and then I was so tired I wanted to sleep all the time. But it was like you get to a point where you're beyond tired, I think. And then I went on Temu. If you saw that video of my new addiction, yes, Temu. I bought a wedge pillow. I love that thing. And for a cheap website like Temu, it actually works really, really well. So I'm glad I bought that. I'm glad I have it. The Velcro part is kind of not Velcro-y anymore, but it works the way it's supposed to work. I put one on my belly, one on my back, and it's great. Second trimester was back to my normal energy spurt. So I tended to stay up later than I should have on YouTube, my games, whatever. I was basically on my phone or my laptop, um, you know, energy because I couldn't sleep. So my insomnia kicked in. And then, honey, you can't play with those. That's not a button. But yeah, now as I got closer to the third trimester, I started to get tired again where I actually can sleep now. And therefore, why I'd have to actually do something to wear myself out. Because I had, not only was my anxiety up, between the anxiety, the ADHD, and the pregnancy spurt of energy, I was just like, and those were the days, I can tell those are the days that I don't need caffeine, because if I did drink caffeine, even though I would drink it like now, early in the morning, and I refuse to drink any type of caffeine after 3 p.m., I was still like, going at like 11 o'clock at night. But sleep has been, it is getting a little harder to sleep, mostly because we're co-sleeping, and it's getting to a point where as the belly grows, I'm getting, that uncomfortable third trimester sleep pattern where you roll over, you get indigestion or heartburn, and then you want to sleep on your right side because you're always told to sleep on your left side. Your left side is safer in pregnancy or in general to sleep on, but you get uncomfortable sleeping on your left side all the time, so you roll over and then you're uncomfortable and then you're shifting pillows around and it's just so. And then my sinuses, oh my god, my sinuses, I forgot, I don't have allergies really, but the pregnancy sinus, stuffy nose, I totally forgot about. So I've been taking Claritin almost every night, and it does help because I can breathe. But I had Vicks Vapor Rub I was using on my nose, but some little babies decided to get into it. Yeah, so that was fun. Um, Cleaning slash nesting. So I'm not really going through a nesting type phase like they talk about, because I've always kind of deep cleaned. It's a way to calm my anxiety. I've always been like that. Honey, what are you doing? You're like a cat. He's rubbing his face on the side of my laptop. But so and you would think taking care of triplets, you know, I wouldn't clean as much. I clean twice a day, the toys and stuff up, and then I sweep. There for a little while, I did not know, obviously, when I was pregnant in my first trimester until we actually found out I was pregnant because I was cleaning constantly. And I didn't know if that's because, again, I was overwhelmed with coming home and getting in a routine. What are you doing, you weirdo? Are you a doggy? Are you a doggy? But, now it's like, I'll clean up, um, like before or after their nap, and then I'll sweep, and then about 6 o'clock I'll start cleaning for bedtime. And if I don't get to clean, Jim cleans, which is fine. It's just a thing that I do. It helps to tell the babies, hey, we're winding down now. It's a routine. So I'm not going through like a weird, like, let's scrub down the walls and stuff. There are things I started to do, like my second trimester. I think I was nesting more in the second trimester than I am now. Um, because I look around and I'm like, oh, I should clean the baseboards or I should do this. And I write it down and it's like, okay, when I have the energy, I will do that. And there are little things like that that, you think of as a mom being pregnant, like, oh, well, the babies could crawl and lick the baseboards. It's like, it's one of those things that I'm sure every mom thinks of, or they're gonna crawl. I don't know. All I can think of is crawling to the baseboards and licking the baseboards. But it's one of those things where the baby will probably be so distracted with their siblings that it won't really. But moving forward, cooking. So cooking being pregnant is interesting because since I love to cook and stuff, I don't really have like I said, the weird food cravings. So I don't cook like weird food, but I it sucks because I can't cook all the spicy thing, or I can't cook. I can eat the spicy things, I can cook the spicy things, but if they want to eat it, I can't cook that spicy of things. There for a while, my first trimester, I could not eat pizza or spaghetti because every single time I'd eat it, I would get the worst indigestion. I mean, like the worst indigestion. Tums was not helping, milk was not helping. I just could not handle spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce at all. And it sucked because I like pizza, I like spaghetti, but I couldn't handle it. Now back to my normal where, yeah, I could eat it. The triplets. So I am a little worried about how the triplets are going to react to it. Little man here knows the most about. He has a sibling coming. I mean, to a 2-year-old's mind, the best. My belly's growing. We teach him, baby and tummy. We tell him the gender. We don't have a name picked out, by the way, as of right now. We have 3 names that I like for girl. We do have the boy's name kind of picked out. So if we have a boy, then we have that name picked out. But if we have a girl, I no idea. But yeah. Um, Little man here is the best one. He kisses belly. He likes to rub lotion on my belly. He's the one who knows the most. The girls kind of know. I'll point to the belly all the time and say baby. But we are kind of wondering who's going to be the most jealous of the baby because they are so attached to us and our routine. And since Millie's starting to get in the phase of being a bully, I don't know if she's going to take it the worst. Trenton might take it bad because he's so used to co-sleeping with us. So he may not understand why the baby is now co-sleeping with us. But I mean, if anybody has siblings that they're introducing a newborn to, you understand. And when Airly was little, and her sister was born, they weren't together, like Airly and her siblings. So I didn't have the chance to I mean, Airly met her sister, obviously. And I took her to her house all the time. But so Airly got to know her sister, but it's different now. And I think that's another reason why my anxiety is not as high because yes, I missed out a year of their life, but there was so little. And and no, I'm not having this baby to make up for missing a year of my triplets life. I know somebody said that, I can't remember who, but they're like, oh, you're just, you purposely got pregnant to make up for the time you lost. No, that's not it. This baby was a huge surprise. We are happy about it, but no, I am getting fixed. Jim's getting fixed. I honestly did not expect to get pregnant, but I do not want any more kids after this one. I really, I'm not just because of my age. I just can't do it anymore. Um, I can't do it mentally. I can't do another pregnancy. This pregnancy is so different. Obviously, pregnancy is different after triplets, but it's like it's easy, but it's hard at the same time. If that makes any sense. And if anybody has toddlers and pregnant, you probably understand. And if you have one toddler and you're pregnant, well then, but we have three toddlers, and anybody out there with multiples and then pregnant, you probably understand. Like I said, my mental health has been all over the place. My anxiety is getting a little bit higher, so I just want to make that sure to nip that in the butt, have the medication increased, have it kicked in before the baby's born, so that way I know that there are other medications out there for postpartum. I am kind of scared to take anything else. The worst case scenario, like my psych said, or the doctors say, that if there is any side effects with this medication, the ultrasound people will find it, and they will, tell me to decrease or take something else. But so far, this baby is moving like crazy, healthy, heartbeat's healthy. I mean, this baby is great. I got my sugar test done, my creatine protein test done. They checked levels for everything, and I am in the normal range. The only thing I was not in normal range for was I'm like barely like anemic is what they said, which goes back to the ice thing that I was talking about way earlier. Um, it's the minimum is 32.2, and I'm at 32 even for that level, I guess. But it's nothing to worry about because I know that it could be an array of things. But the baby is very healthy, moving like crazy, getting in a routine. Baby, as of now, or as of a week or two ago, can hear outside noises. So I'm sure that the baby's listening to all the chaos around. I'm sure the baby is going to sleep great with all the chaos around because we have dogs, we have their siblings, we have everything. Um, Switching OBs. Oh yeah, so I went from my regular OB, and now that I'm in the third trimester, I am at the high risk center. Um, So I'm back to the high risk center, which is fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. The only reason why it's annoying is because it's like 40 minutes away. But you know what? I've been there before. They know me. They have my records. So it's not like it's anything new. And I like it. I didn't like it at first because then you feel like you're going so much, but actually I'm not going that often yet. I thought at the start of your third trimester you go every week, but I think I was used to that with the triplets because they were multiples. I had to have more appointments and more ultrasounds. But since this one's a single one, then I go back to the OB on, I think, I don't remember if it's next week or if it's the week after. I think it's the week after, the third week of June. So my last OB appointment, I had 5 weeks. I have 5 weeks between. So I know for a fact that like my last month of pregnancy, I do go every week. Um, so yeah, because they have to check you to see if you're dilating or not. I totally forgot about Braxton Hicks contractions. Since my placenta is in the front, I have no idea if I'm going to have back contractions, which I had with one of my babies, and they suck. Get off of your brother, okay, honey? Go. I don't know, but I do know that they hurt, and they suck. And I said, is that you? Is that you? You have pancakes in your mouth? You have pancakes in your mouth? But yeah, so I don't know. I know as of right now, the baby could be born at any moment. I know that Braxton Hicks can start at any moment. I am well aware. But I don't think the baby's gonna come this early. I think the baby's gonna be early, but not like super early. I don't know. I just had that instinct. Maybe I could be wrong. Um, Jim probably will know before I do because he. But yeah, so somebody is excited. Um, the pets, since obviously they were around the babies since they were brought home from the hospital. Now, mom's dog, she'll be in her tiny home by the time the baby is here. So, and she's a little dog, she probably won't matter. Leo, I'm not really worried about since he's an older dog. He'll probably just ignore the baby. Milk. Okay, hold on. But yeah, so I'm not really worried about the dogs. Blaze has been around the baby since they were infants, came home from the hospital, so I'm not worried about them. The cats will probably do their normal thing and ignore the baby, like like the cats did with the triplets. So but yeah, there are some worries. Mostly how the babies are gonna, mostly about my sleep routine, losing sleep and stuff. The triplets reaction, their regression, because I know that they're gonna go. Um, I don't know if they're gonna go through regression. I'm just prepared in my head. I'm prepared. So but yeah, there's probably a lot more. It is annoying not being able to move things and rearrange things because that's probably goes back to the nesting thing where my anxiety is getting out of control. Where I I want to like move, like get ready for the baby, like put up the crib and get the toddlers in the room and do all the stuff, um and then early come we have to get her room ready. It's just like I want to do all this stuff and it's like patience, patience, patience. But I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else. Um, my mind's between the mommy brain, the pregnancy brain, and the ADHD brain. I'm surprised I even remember to make videos anymore. But on the note, any questions, comments, concerns, or advice, please list those below. I do have I think I did post it on here on YouTube. A picture of my 28-week bump. I haven't been posting very many bump pictures, and I haven't really shown the bump that often. I've been kind of slacking, and I feel really, really bad. I think like once you get to your last baby, you kind of slack off on that, and I don't like that. But anyways, on that note, until next time, you guys stay awesome. Oh, wait. Before I go, if anybody does have multiples, by any chance, twins, triplets, quads, whatever, and they're pregnant, please comment if you find this video at all, or if you know somebody who does, or just if you have a toddler in general and a newborn, comment below, because I really want other people, other moms, dads, grandparents, doesn't matter who it is, to share your stories about how, because this is my first time actually introducing a newborn to um, toddlers and then living with them. So, like I said, I didn't have custody of my baby. So, barely when her sibling was born. So, anyways, I'm gonna get this guy some milk, and you guys stay awesome. Bye.